Travis Wayne Goodsell. Back from shopping. I don't have a car, so I have to take the bus. And if you don't know Utah is racist. Brigham Young denied blacks baptism. Not maybe. He maybe allowed baptism, but priesthood and thus temple he denied because he didn't want them getting exalted. And so when Nelson drops the high priest group, that was Nelson's method of banning Mormons. All those who are elders no longer get exaltation. And I don't think Mormons are fully grasping the implications, as they just blindly say, okay, wow, God leads and guides this church through prophets, yay. Oh, Jesus is now called Lucifer? Okay. Yay. The Church of Lucifer Christ of Latter-day Saints. And Mormons would still be clueless, because the church would just say, oh, it means enlightened. It's in Isaiah. Oh, God. And so, yes, despite Utah's history of racism and slavery, as Joseph Smith ran for president on the abolitionists to abolish slavery ticket, creating his own party platform from the Whigs and Democrats, I don't think Republicans were in the picture yet. Maybe one term of a Republican, maybe. I have to go back and check. But despite 1978, the repeal, God's revelation to his prophet, God's no longer a racist. And so priesthood's restored to all worthy men who pay their full tithing. Mormons just don't see it. It's just so sad. But as I've done the video, the reason why they lifted it was a deal made with the government, federal government, that if they dropped the Edmunds-Tucker Act, then they would allow blacks to have the priesthood again. And so the deal was made in 1978. Alright, so yeah, they only allow people in the back of the bus now, the back doors. So literally, UTA is not catching on to what they're doing, as they're thinking about saving the lives of the bus drivers. But as I said, if they'd been thinking the whole time, they would have done what they did to the tracks train operators and have them in a secluded booth so that they don't have to deal with customers ever. But nope, nobody was inspired for the buses, and now they're implementing segregation and racism to stop the virus spread. And so yeah, I went through the drive-through again at my bank, because we're not allowed in the bank. And so I stood in line behind the vehicles to deposit my money, because that portion's not direct deposit. And then at the grocery store, there was actual food. Not much food, but there was token items for everything this time. And so I had no problem getting everything on my list. I've got enough dinners, so all I really needed was an extra peanut butter and jam for the bread that I already have, for sandwiches, for lunches, and then I got some snack stuff, and then I needed AA batteries because this was the last. Yes, one of my mouses died on me, so yeah, I had to put that on the list. And they had a couple of toilet paper, or not toilet paper, they had a couple of paper towels, 3-pack of paper towels, so I got one of those, one 3-pack, just before I run low, because who knows, if I let it run out, and they may not have them again. There were only a couple of that and tissue paper, toilet Kleenex, not tissue paper, Kleenex. If they had tissue paper, I would have bought that too. So yeah, I got what was in rare supply just because they're in rare supply. Man. But then I came home and then went out to get my dew and chocolate chip cookies this time for other snacks. So yeah, and I carry it in my left arm, specifically to bulk up my left arm, because I dominantly use my right, but back in the day I was using both arms for baseball, for tennis, bowling, but I threw my arms out, and when I was at Rick's and trying to use my left and for bowling and tennis, I threw them out again. So yeah, that's kind of frustrating. I need more arms. But it was because as a child in Little League Baseball, I saw on a TV show or a movie of baseball that they were doing an underarm sidearm, or a sidearm curveball. It could have been an actual professional player that was doing that. I think it was. So I decided, I'm going to try that. Despite the warnings, don't do sidearm until you're an adult. You're going to throw your arm out, but no, I still tried it. And once you see it, wow, it is a beauty to watch. Sidearm, and it just snakes back and forth, and when you hit the strike zone, wow, you're hooked. Screw throwing out my arm. I want to throw the sidearm curveball. And so yeah, I was doing that in the backyard, and then I got to the point of, why don't I try my left? And so yeah, I was doing a sidearm with my left. Just beautiful. So yeah, that's how I threw my arms out. And so when I was doing baseball or basketball in high school, I would only do the left arm in practice, but always focused on the right arm. And I should have done more practicing with the left, because I've had several game opportunities where I was using my left, but it worked. It still paid off. So And then volleyball. And also did that with the left. Spiking and serving. So I carry all my groceries with my left arm. And so it's weak getting home. So, alrighty. So I just thought I'd share with you the horror that is going on in Utah. And the history behind it. Because Joseph Smith, despite Nelson claiming they're still restoring the doctrine, oh God, Joseph Smith restored the doctrine for his organization. So yes, Nelson's creating a whole new organization, bringing back racism, bringing back polygamy, bringing back hatred, bringing back crimes. God. And Mormons just are like, okay. You, Travis, you're mean. You're an apostate. Why don't you just go back to where you came from?